Welcome back to ENHL. We are in PPG Paints Arena as we continue our round 2 coverage of this ENHL playoffs. This round 2 matchup between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins sending in Matt Murray into the crease tonight. Played absolutely stellar against Philadelphia in round 1, and Peter Mrazek, who helped bring his team back from 3-1 down against Washington. And here he is, ready for round 2. Zach Finch on the call here as Aho and Crosby step into the opening circle. And we are underway, round 2, as Letang starts out for Pittsburgh, but not long after Svechnikov intercepts. Svechnikov down to Aho, try to get that centering pass in, but Dumoulin right there to intercept it. He sends it over to Hornqvist, but that's turned over, and Carolina right back into the offensive zone. That's dumped in, met by Letang. He'll hand it off to Gensel and Crosby. Will carry it past center. He slows down, tries to find Dumoulin, and a quick shot went just wide of the net. Van Riemsdyk finds it in the corner, pressured by Crosby out to Hornqvist, and a couple of great saves by Mrazek as Crosby was right there on the doorstep for the rebound. But Mrazek freezes for a whistle. This is the 62nd installment of these two teams playing one another. Pittsburgh having the overall advantage, but last time these teams played was this year. Carolina won that one 6-2. So not much of a sample size from this season. We'll see how this series goes as Niederreiter gets pressure in the offensive corner, and he's hooked. And so, early in this one, Carolina is going to get a power play opportunity here, as it's going to be hooking. Pedersen will sit 2. So the Carolina Hurricanes send out their second power play unit to start things off. Haula, Niederreiter, and Dzingel. And that one's won by Pittsburgh. Letang gets a quick clear, and Gardner will chase behind his own crease. Gardner banks it off the boards as Carolina trying to get their power play situated. Entering the offensive zone now, try to do a deke with Niederreiter, but he could not get around the defender in Letang. Met up by Dzingel. He'll kick it out, and Johnson will carry it out for Pittsburgh. Empty net now as there's a delayed penalty. Coming in on a quick centering pass. That's touched by Mrazek, so we'll get a whistle. And another hooking penalty by Dzingel. So just as that power play was starting to get underway, it ended just as fast as Dzingel in the offensive zone just got the stick up. And that'll negate any power play chance as we are now set for 4-on-4 action here. Crosby and Zucker versus Svechnikov and Necas. And Necas beats Crosby in the face-off draw. He'll dish it off to Gardner. 2-on-1 opportunity for Carolina. And Svechnikov waits over to Pesh. They'll dish it back, and Necas. A slap shot went wide. Svechnikov now on the penalty kill. Murray makes the save. And with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining, Pittsburgh will have an opportunity to get some power play action underway. The penalty kill unit, McGinn and Stahl out there for Carolina. It's been a staple all year on the PK unit, and Stahl wins it back. Short-handed opportunity for Carolina. McGinn to Stahl, scores! Jordan Stahl on the penalty kill unit. Blast one past Murray. And what a playoffs Jordan Stahl is having. Just as it seemed as Pittsburgh was going to get some offense going, Jordan Stahl right from the circle winds one up past Murray, and he gets his 5th goal of the playoffs. 5 goals in 8 games for Jordan Stahl. What a run he's been on. Jordan Stahl only received 8 goals throughout the regular season. Played every single game for Carolina, and he's already got 5 in these playoffs. As we're underway here as Pittsburgh picks back up on their power play. Schultz to Zucker. McCann off the crossbar. Gensel, a weak backhand shot on. Mrazek couldn't quite handle that. And Stahl will find possession, and he'll dump it. Dumoulin behind Murray. Penalty expiring, and out comes Dzingel. We are back to 5-on-5. So the only goal came shorthanded from Jordan Stahl. As there's a loose puck in front of Mrazek there, that's finally cleared. Aho over to McGinn, shot, and right on the doorstep was McGinn. Murray came across in his crease to make that stop. Pesh Picks the puck up in the neutral zone. Carolina getting some changes underway as they enter in. Slavin over to Shvestikov. Shot just off the leg of Dumoulin into the corner. Schultz had possession, not for long as he's stripped. Zingle picks it back up, and Carolina trying to pick up where they left off. But Pittsburgh holding a tough line at their own end. That one trying to get dumped in, but Aho right on it. Picks off the puck, and Foegele will break it out the other way. Niederreiter on the half wall. He has some room. Waits. Doesn't get anything going, and Foegele picks up in the corner. Niederreiter back to the point. Shot, scores! Foegele. A redirection out in front. And he tips that one past Murray. And at P&G Paints Arena, it is quickly 2-0 Carolina as they continue their hot streak coming in from round one. Carolina had to win 3 straight to get here, and they're already up 2 against this deep Pittsburgh Penguins team. And it's Foegele right out in front, redirecting it. And here in the first period, Carolina already out to a good start as they send out Stahl to win the opening face-off, as controlled by Gardner. Not for long as Pittsburgh trying to make their way for the neutral zone. Unable to do so. Gardner now for Carolina. Stretch pass over to Stahl. It's intercepted by LaFlaherty, and he'll hand it off to the half wall. And here come the Penguins. Here comes McCann. Stops. Try to get anything going there, but Gardner there to intercept, and he'll make his way out, gaining some speed. Gardner joining the rush. He's deep, and that's intercepted. Gardner retreats back to the blue line as the Penguins set up. That's banked off the boards. And here comes McCann trying to get it in deep. Unable to do so, so he dishes it back to Crosby. Crosby back down low, and Hornfist a shot. Mrazek gloves that one down, and he'll freeze for a whistle. Well, the Pittsburgh Penguins not really known as a first period team. They scored the least amount of goals this season in the first period. So far, that's following suit tonight as Carolina up to a quick 2-0 lead. Pittsburgh not really known for coming back from 2-goal deficits. And Carolina super strong going into the first with the lead. As we are underway here, Williams across center. He'll make his way in before getting absolutely crushed by Johnson. And perhaps some age showing from Williams, as who knows how much of that he can take at age 38. So centering pass there is picked off by Crosby. Carolina able to keep it in for a moment, but Gensel carries it out. Toe drag move, tries to get around, dishes it back, but to Zingle. Intercepted. Crosses center, he'll dump it in. Letang there to meet the puck, trying to get something started for Pittsburgh. They've looked slow out of the gate. Slavin intercepts that once again, hands it off to Zingle. Slavin in deep, he'll dish it back. Guess the return feed in net just is behind the net. Carolina's cycle finally broken up, and Zucker, guess that strips right away by Van Riemsdyk. So Carolina putting on a defensive showing here in game one, as Pittsburgh unable to get anything going here in the first. Malkin tries his luck, net just says no, over to Wallmark. Carolina still pressuring, Slavin out in front, good pad save by Murray. As Slavin joined the rush, had some room in the slot, but Murray there to bail his team out as he has been left out to dry here in the first period. And other than that power play chance for Pittsburgh, which resulted in a shorthanded goal by Jordan Stahl, they haven't really had any offensive pressure thus far, as it's been all Carolina. Carolina's first line out there, and Aho will lose that as Tanev picks it up. Dishes it to McCann. Tanev gets the return feed. 2-on-1 for Pittsburgh. A quick shot on. And Mrazek gloved that one down, and he'll freeze for a whistle. Carolina, they're 12-1 on the road when scoring first. Talk about Pittsburgh struggling to come back from these deficits, and Carolina knows how to defend them, as McCann trying to get something started in the final minutes. Up to the point, has some room, decides to dish it off to Bukestan. Dumps it back in, and there's another hooking penalty. This one's going to go against Pittsburgh, so with 21 seconds left, McCann's going to go to the box for hooking, and With time winding down in the first, not something you want to do, especially the offensive end. And Aho takes the hook. And so Carolina with a chance to go up 3. They'll have to work quick before the first period buzzer. And Dzingel, a quick shot from the point. That one went wide. And Pittsburgh trying to clear. Holla in front, and he had a good chance. Rebound, Niederreiter, Dzingel. And at the end of the period, a bunch of shots from Carolina. Matt Murray there to make the stop, and he gets an ovation from the home fans. So it's been all Carolina so far as they go into the first intermission up 2 and seem to have all the momentum and all the offensive pressure. We'll be right back for the second period. Don't go anywhere. You're watching ENHL.
$50 or more. Tickets must be redeemed within a week of the game.
Welcome back to ENHL. Carolina going into the second period on the power play. We'll see what happens. Already up 2-0. As we get the second period underway, as that puck is just dropped, and Slavin hands over to Svechnikov, and Carolina right back to where they started, on carrying on the offensive pressure. And Tanev finally gets some breathing room for Pittsburgh, and he'll dump it out early. 1:13 remaining on this power play. As Slavin over to Aho, he's just offside, and we'll get a whistle. So the last time that these two teams met in the playoffs was the 2009 Eastern Conference Final. At that point in time, it was just known as the Conference Final. Pittsburgh actually swept that series 4-0. So Carolina, 11 years later, putting on a clinic here, as that was a quick opportunity out in front, and Tanev shot it low. Mrazek made the save, and he'll freeze for a whistle. And earlier we mentioned how Carolina won the only matchup this year by a score of 6-2. Well, one of the players who had a big help in that was Morgan Geekie, who got 2 goals and assists. You might not know who he is because he usually plays for the Charlotte Checkers. He's still down in the AHL, so we'll see how his absence in this matchup will play out as Williams picks it up. He goes cross ring to Svechnikov, and he is absolutely leveled as he crosses the blue line. And here comes McCann on the breakaway. McCann, and a shot went just wide. What a missed opportunity, as McCann was just him and the goalie, and he didn't even hit the net. Teravainen out for Aho. He goes back over to Svechnikov, and he crosses the red line, tries to go around, cuts out in front, over to Fogel, shot, and that was patted away. Fogel out to Aho, and that one's blocked into the corner as well. Carolina still getting shots on as McCann. Over to Schultz. He finds Gensel. Gensel winds his way on in. He goes wide, finds the point, but Niederreiter right there. But McCann will maintain possession for Pittsburgh. McCann trying to get something started, but he's hit off by Fogel. And that goes the length of the ice. Pittsburgh gets there first, so we'll get an icing call. We talked about Trevor Van Riemsdyk all throughout the first round being one of the most potent physical players. But Van Riemsdyk so far quiet to start this game, as Fogel will win that for Carolina. He hesitates, and he hands it off to Slavin. Slavin joining the rush. That was Niederreiter. But he turns it over. And Rust, draped by 2 Carolina Hurricanes, and Van Riemsdyk will pick it up. And Van Riemsdyk will join the rush. Van Riemsdyk tried to get a shot off. That's blocked. Niederreiter gets another chance. Murray was there to see that one. And he'll freeze, and we'll get a whistle. So the Pittsburgh Penguins, still without Dominique Simon. He suffered an upper body injury on March 2nd. He's still yet to return to the lineup. Boy, could they use him right now as Gardner. We'll hand it over to Netchis, and he'll find the point again. Carolina getting set up in the offensive zone. Dzingel getting pressured. Malkin there as well. Pittsburgh finally gets the puck as Marino will dish it off to Zucker. And here comes Zucker as he slows up. Hit off the puck, and here comes Carolina. Dougie Hamilton centers it for Wallmark. Back over to Hamilton. He walks his way in through, and Wallmark had a chance to get the puck. He was unable to do so, and Pittsburgh will break it out. Malkin dumps it in. That's off the stanchion. And so we'll get a whistle. Well, Pittsburgh finally back in the second round after being swept by the New York Islanders in round 1 of the 2019 playoffs. So a little bit of a revenge getting back to the second round, but so far they have not been up to the task as they are stuck 2. They try to get that one in. Mrazek will just pad that into the corner. Haula will start the breakout. He hands over to Williams. Williams gets hit again, maintains possession this time. We'll hand it back to Edmondson, and they'll try to break in again. Edmondson is able to do so. He waits, stops, keeps going, finds Haula at the point, and Pashuk's shot, and that hit off a body out in front. Might have been Williams. And crisis averted as Pittsburgh gets the puck and dumps it in. Pesh there to collect. He'll hand it over to McGinn. As he does a hesitation move, waits, gets poked by Letang and Hornqvist. Picks that up over to Crosby. Crosby's been quiet so far. He'll hand it off to Gensel. And Dumoulin to Letang. Shot saved by Mrazek. Hornqvist right out in front. Scores on the rebound. Patrick Hornqvist puts Pittsburgh back in this one. And a turnover by Edmondson, picked up right by Hornqvist. I'm sure Edmondson is just looking skyward as he gave Hornqvist a golden opportunity, and he did not mess it up. Pittsburgh back in this one. The score is 2-1 with 8 minutes remaining in the second period. Crosby's line remains out there as that's one back to Pettersson. Back to Crosby, but he is picked off by Fogle. Hornqvist there on the forecheck, and he'll force Carolina to retreat all the way behind their own line. They'll start again. Gardner joining the rush. Passes it back. He tried to find Hamilton, but Bukestad there to intercept. McCann now for Pittsburgh. Tries to find his way in on. Gets the return feed. Tried to center it out. But Fogle breaks it out for Carolina. Here come the Hurricanes the other way as Fogle dishes it back. That's picked off. And Tanev. Does he have enough speed for a breakaway? No, as he goes wide, decides to curl back. Schultz from the point off the post. So a breakaway opportunity, elects to give it back to Schultz, but a great chance nonetheless as that one just inches away from tying this one up as Pittsburgh finally finding some offensive pressure as Rust wristed that one on net, and that one didn't go anywhere as Shvestikov. Back for Carolina, in, and he shot off the blocker of Murray. Centering pass. Unable to locate it, but Aho maintains possession over to Van Riemsdyk. He curls in. Back to Aho. He's got some room. A shot blocked by Johnson in front, and he is hooked. So our 4th hooking penalty of this contest. And this time the guilty party is Shvestikov, as he'll go off and he'll sit 2 in the Penguins with an opportunity to tie it. Carolina with all the pressure in the second. You can just feel the tables turning here as Crosby, Hornqvist, and Rust up there, and Malkin on the point for Pittsburgh. And it's won by Crosby. Letang over to Rust. Shot on net. That was blocked. And Edmondson. An early clear sends a moonshot down the ice. And Malkin there to start things out for Pittsburgh. Crosby on the wing. He is absolutely crushed by Van Riemsdyk. There's that physicality we were talking about earlier, as Pittsburgh had to go back a bit to pick up the puck. Here comes Rust. Dekes his way in on, and Malkin trying to do a toe drag, and Edmondson returns the favor, and he'll ice that the length of the ice. Letang off the boards for Rust, building up some speed. Is there a chance here? Rust decides to dish back to Malkin out in front, and Hornqvist on the doorstep. Almost a second goal, a third opportunity, and Hornqvist may be the only bright spot for Pittsburgh so far, as he has had countless chances in front of Peter Mrazek. But that'll do it for this power play, and they'll have to try 5-on-5. Shvestikov picks it up. He crosses center into Pittsburgh territory. Centering pass, and a great save by Matt Murray on the doorstep. Carolina maintains possession. 10 seconds remaining as Shvestikov Back out for Dzingel. One more chance possibly. 3 seconds. Backhanded shot. And Murray breezes that one. And we'll get a whistle with 2 seconds left. Not much time to devise a set play. We'll see what Carolina has left in the tank. One and a shot off the faceoff went just wide. Not much muscle on it, but it missed regardless, and we are going into the second intermission, and we got ourselves a contest.
Please don't throw any
So it was Hornqvist bringing the Penguins to within one. He had multiple chances all period, and Carolina going into the second intermission up one, but Hornqvist, the threat on the doorstep. We'll be right back for the third period on ENHL. Welcome back to ENHL. We are just about set for this third period. It is 2-1 thanks to Patrick Hornqvist, bringing the Penguins to within a goal. The third period, will it decide this one? We'll see as we are underway. Pittsburgh is on its feet. And an early chance. Here comes Guentzel, and a shot deflected up into the corner. Van Riemsdyk there in his end, starting the rush. Turned over. Hornqvist. The centering pass, and Crosby right there on the doorstep was unable to put it home. Carolina starting their offensive zone time once again as up to Van Riemsdyk, a shot. And Matt Murray right there to make the save as Pittsburgh has been letting the Carolina defense get into this game as they've been rushing it countless times. And just weak chances on the other end like that. Guentzel unable to get much mustard on that. Mrazek easily deflected that into the corner. Malkin and Stahl in the face-off dot. That's won by Malkin. Rust. Cross crease to Zucker. Trying to break his way on in, but that's poke checked by Van Riemsdyk. And they'll have to try their way in again. Here's Rust. Able to get in this time as he tries to curl around. Behind the net, Malkin out in front. And Malkin with a good one-time chance in the slot. Only was able to get the backhand on it though, so it wasn't that strong of a shot. Mrazek turned to the side, and he'll get a face-off to his left. Both lines remain out, and that's won by Malkin. Zucker finds Schultz, gets some room, over to Rust. And Hamilton was tangling up Malkin. He was able to get to that one, but he's pushed into the corner. Malkin, surrounded by two Carolina Hurricanes, gets the puck. Tried to center that one, that was picked off. And here comes Foegele. Foegele slows down, over to Gardner. Stahl behind the net. Over to Foegele, scores! Foegele, his second of the game. Couldn't have come at a bigger time than this as he puts Carolina up 2. And Foegele, his 4th career multi-goal game, his first career playoff multi-goal game. This one comes at a big time as it was a cross-crease pass from Stahl right on the stick of Foegele. And just like that, Carolina back up by 2. And here we go, early in the third. We'll see how Pittsburgh responds. Foegele's last multi-goal game came against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm sure most Carolina fans remember that game because that was the infamous game of David Ayres, the emergency backup goalie. They ended up winning that game 6-3. And I'm sure he's happy to have a multi-goal game in the playoffs as Pettersson wristed that one from the top of the circle. It was gloved down by Mrazek. We'll get a whistle. Foegele's other 2 multi-goal games came against Calgary and Washington in the regular season. As we just mentioned, his first playoff multi-goal game. And we'll see if he can add to it as there's still 14 minutes to play. Necas dumps it in for Carolina. Williams is able to find it. Williams behind the net. He's waiting for some support. Williams gets it back. Pass it over to McGinn in the slot. He's pressured by Johnson, so he's pushed to the side. Paula over to Williams, and a quick blocker save by Murray. Williams had a lot of net to shoot there. Murray just able to get a blocker on it. Deflected over the net, and here comes Gensel. A quick shot went just high and wide. Marino turns it over, and Teravainen has it. 2-on-1 opportunity. Teravainen and Svestikov. Teravainen stops up. Edmondson in the slot. And Edmondson, the trailer, was able to find the puck, and he had some room to work with, and Murray, another great save. Carolina's defensemen have been getting up in the action all game long, rushing the puck, pinching in deep, and Pittsburgh unable to counteract that, as they haven't capitalized on that whatsoever. As Pesh gets that turned over. Here's Kahun, and a quick shot. Saved by Mrazek, as Kahun was right there on the doorstep off the interception. Mrazek keeps this game out of reach, as it is still a 2-goal lead for Carolina. Just about halfway through this period, Pittsburgh sending out their fourth line. They're going up against Carolina's first line. We'll see how this transpires. As Letang at the point, he'll dish it off, and Pittsburgh dumps it in. Van Riemsdyk there to meet it. He takes the hit to make the play, and Aho has it through center, between the legs, trying to make something magic. But a weak shot on net is easily turned aside by Murray. Here's Bluger. Over to Kahun, he gets the return feed. Letang at the point. He pinches. Over to Kahun, over to LaFerty, and he had a good opportunity to shoot, elected not to. And Pittsburgh will start their cycle again. Bluger, down deep, finds the point, and Letang a shot. So a lot of passing, and Letang the exclamation point, but Mrazek there to meet it. He keeps this game a two-goal lead. And Hornqvist, so far, the only bright light for Pittsburgh tonight. As Hornqvist picks it up, a shot, a good save by Mrazek. Rebound, and another one. Hornqvist, again, being the conductor of this Pittsburgh Penguins offense, still only has one on the board, as Gensel carries it up. They got to get something started soon. Gensel try to toe drag his way in on. That's intercepted. Rebound, Hornqvist scores! Hornqvist says, "Your wish is my command." And he continues to carry the Pittsburgh offense on his back as he gets his second of the game and puts Pittsburgh back into this one again. It's only a 1-goal lead. And Patrick Hornqvist, the first star for Pittsburgh today, as he just finds that puck lying on the ice. Mrazek was unable to control that rebound. And Hornqvist, his first multi-goal game of this playoffs as well, as we are just about set here. Malkin and Stahl. It's won by Stahl.
He is fifth of the playoffs, scored by number 72, Patrick Hornqvist.
Just before play is settled in, it goes offside right off the draw. Slow reset, this time a little closer to Matt Murray.
15 minutes, 5 seconds.
Stahl wins that in Carolina. We'll see how they play this final 6 minutes out, if they try to go lockdown defense or try to continue to add on, as they're only up by 1. Hamilton curls around, hands off to Stahl, and Niederreiter picks up some speed. He curls in, a little deke on his way through. Didn't fool many people, but he still has possession. Niederreiter, quick shot on, and that went wide. At the point, dish back in, and Murray just waiting for that puck as it was sitting on the side of his net for a little bit. That's finally broken out. Here comes Rust. Rust over to Zucker, and a save by Mrazek. Malkin over to Pettersson as he winds his way in, and Rust, another shot. That's blocked out in front by Dougie Hamilton. So Rust had a potential breakaway, elected to pass it. I'm sure some fans will question that decision making. As over to Fogle. Edmondson, shot from the point, he scores! Oh wait! The referee says no. This will have to go under review. Didn't quite see what happened there. We might have to get another angle, folks. But my guess is it might be goalie interference, as Wallmark, as you see just there, just got his skate into the crease. Might have bumped Murray when the slap shot came in. And that was enough for the referee to say no goal. And that will be the final call, as Carolina almost had the exclamation point on this game. And I'm sure Wallmark is there kicking himself, as he was unable to put the The Carolina Hurricanes up by 2, but here come Carolina again. Edmondson a shot. We'll see how Wallmark responds as Zingle over to Wallmark, and he gets a shot on rebound, scores! So Wallmark, take away a goal, I'll just get it myself again. And this time it counts. Wallmark putting Carolina up by 2. You can just see he was fighting hard towards that net as he knows he messed up. He bumped into Murray. He didn't get the goal allowed. So he put the team on his back and got the job done. Carolina up by 2 with just over 2 minutes remaining. Things are looking bleak for the home side as Bukestad tried to get a quick shot off the face-off, and just as he entered, didn't get a lot of power on it, and Mrazek freezes that for a whistle with 1:45. So we'll see what Murray decides to do. We'll see when he goes to the bench. There's 1:45 here. Pittsburgh needs 2 to tie. Tanev gets the return feed back over to Bukestad. Gets a centering pass. Wasn't on the stick, and there goes Murray. Just over a minute left to play. Pittsburgh needs 2. But Svechnikov picks that off. The extra attacker, though, and Crosby pushes him aside. Crosby gets the puck. Shot. Save. Rebound, and McCann couldn't quite get there as he tries to get some room. Tanev eventually cycle it back down low, and Tanev gets a return feed, and that was Crosby who just missed over the net on the backhand. Carolina with Teravainen, Haula, Edmondson just killing time. Only 30 seconds left, and they'll dump it in to kill some more time. Pittsburgh on their feet, trying to encourage the Penguins to do one last rush. Dumped in, however, and Carolina will get that back in a wasted possession by Pittsburgh, but not for long as Malkins intercepts. 13 seconds. Time is winding down, and Williams taking the puck and just killing time. That's probably going to do it, folks, with 5 seconds left. Carolina just toying with Pittsburgh to wind down the clock, and it's Williams trying to get that empty net with under a second left, but it doesn't matter as Carolina will take game 1 of this series and take a series lead. Carolina, their 4th straight win in these playoffs, and Pittsburgh just didn't know what hit them. So a couple of multi-goal games. On the losing side, it was Hornqvist. Tried to put his team on his back, was unable to do so. But Foegele, the star for Carolina, as his 2 goals puts them on top and allows them to take game 1. Thank you for watching ENHL. We'll be back with more round 2 content later on as Carolina takes game 1. We will see you next time on ENHL. Have a good one.